Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope all of you are having an amazing week so far. Welcome students. I'm looking at the chat. Hi Kaustub, Olivia, Ariadna, Juan, good to see you in class. Everybody, this is an IELTS speaking class, and we're going to look at the IELTS speaking section, the three different parts, part 1, 2, and 3. This lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Visit us there, and for the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. These are our websites. They power these live classes. They have all of our materials, and premium users of our website get 2 extra live classes each week through Zoom. We help thousands of students every month to succeed in their English and IELTS studies. Our academic website looks like this with the blue background. You can click this big red button right there on the site, just off to my left. It's a one-time payment. It's not a subscription model. You do not need to pay every month. You pay once, $30 to $50 US, and then you get access to all of the materials. For general IELTS, it's the same idea. It's gieltshelp.com. Again, click that button. You can use this discount code from today's class, TOGETHER9, for an extra 10% discount off the regular price. And you're good to go. Okay, students, there are apps that link to these web apps. The apps you can find in your app store are Academic IELTS Help and General IELTS Help. And if you want to see what those premium Zoom classes look like, you can follow this link here. Good morning, Ghazi. Thank you for that super chat donation. That's awesome. I'll put that in there. Everybody, Carolina has also joined the chat. You will see her name in blue. She's here to help answer some questions, keep the chat flowing smoothly. Instagram is IELTS_AEHelp and GIELTS Help. You can find some fun videos and vocabulary there to help you with the IELTS. And if you have questions, just send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. Tomorrow, for our premium users, we will have a reading class through Zoom, and then we will have a speaking class on Friday. We've got a new video for you that you should check out. It's got great tips for the speaking section. Follow this link. I'll drop that into the chat as well. There we go. Okay, students, so this is a speaking class, so make sure to speak, copy what I say, copy how I say it, so speak and repeat. Okay, it's a great way to kind of warm up your English and improve your fluency. Now, just for fun, to start this class, I'm going to read the essay from yesterday's class. So yesterday we had a task 2 writing class where we finished the introduction and body paragraph 1. I did post this essay in our YouTube community, so make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and you'll get notifications when we post Band 9 essays for the writing like this, or you'll get notifications for these live classes. Okay, so students, just read with me here. Okay, it's a nice way to warm up your English, your thinking, your speech. Okay, reading aloud is really good, so read loud if you can, not just silently. This was the question. There is growing evidence that man-made activities are making global temperatures higher. What might be the man-made causes of temperatures rising? How should we deal with this problem? Give reasons for your answers and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. So, question is targeting global warming, specifically activities that humans are doing. And here is the essay from yesterday's class. Okay, starting with the introduction, starting with a hook. Human industry has led to rapid rise of temperatures globally. For the last century, Temperatures are rising by more than 1 degree Celsius every decade, and this can make Earth uninhabitable within half a millennium. The major causes of human impact are increasing emissions and deforestation, which can be curtailed by alternative fuels and products. Okay, so that's the introduction. It has the clear points for the essay. It doesn't tell the reader what the essay will talk about. It doesn't just paraphrase the question. It gives clear direction to the reader. That's what you need for a Band 9. And then here's body paragraph 1. Again, students, this is just review. We're going to get into speaking very soon here. Okay. All right. With industrialization, humans have been burning massive amounts of fossil fuels in factories and vehicles, leading to extreme amounts of gases, namely carbon dioxide, which cause rapid temperature change. Increasing production through supply and demand requires much energy, and humans have been producing this with the burning of oil. In addition, cars since the early 1900s have been burning oil to power engines. This CO2 leads to the greenhouse effect, trapping the sun's energy in the Earth's atmosphere. The obvious solution is to use alternative energy sources like wind and solar. In Western Canada, the heavy use of trucks for raw material products has led to major air pollution and warmer summers. Okay, so we did that part yesterday. Now this is the new part that we didn't do yesterday. Talking about deforestation. Remember that collocation from yesterday's class? For those of you who did not participate in yesterday's class, you can check out that class. It's on YouTube. Again, subscribe and like, and you can see all of those. So body paragraph 2. Another major human contributor to global warming is deforestation. Trees play a critical role in absorbing carbon dioxide, yet millions of hectares of forests are cleared annually for agriculture, infrastructure, and industrial purposes. Without these natural carbon sinks, emissions accumulate unchecked, amplifying climate change. For instance, in British Columbia, widespread logging of old-growth forests has not only reduced biodiversity, but also released immense stores of carbon that had been trapped for centuries. A practical solution is to replace wood-based products with recyclable and sustainable alternatives such as bamboo or hemp, which grow rapidly and provide similar utility. By reducing demand for lumber and incentivizing reforestation programs, societies can significantly slow down global warming. Okay, notice that link that both of the examples are about British Columbia. Excuse me. That's where I live. That's the example that I use. That's the personal experience piece while keeping the essay in third person voice. If you're hearing a lot of new words and new English, that's totally okay. Write down as many words as you can, find the definitions, and learn. Here's the conclusion. Thank you, Juan. In conclusion, while industrial emissions and deforestation are the primary causes of climate change, both can be addressed through the adoption of renewable energy and sustainable materials. If governments and communities actively prioritize these measures, the progression of global warming can be slowed, preserving a habitable planet for future generations. The responsibility lies not only with policymakers, but also with individuals to shift towards cleaner and greener choices. Okay, so again, students, this essay, if you're wondering about the word count, it's about 350 words. And it's a Band 9. So when you're practicing at home, these are the steps, the strategies. It's kind of a recipe, right? There's the introduction, body 1, 2, 3. Each has a few clear parts. And that's what it looks like, okay? If you have any questions about this task 2, feel free to send me an email again to adrian@aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. Okay, we love to see questions. We love to see practice essays. We'll give you a free band score estimate. AI is still not very good at estimating band scores accurately. I find ChatGPT and some other AIs are usually like 1 band, 2 bands off. So it's good to send those and get a better idea. We're usually either right on or just half a band off. Okay. All right. So on to the speaking, everybody. We said speaking, and speaking we will. Okay. Here we go. So students, go to the speaking interview early, 1 hour before. Practice your English. Do a bit of a loud reading like we just did. Make sure you start to warm up those English muscles of the brain. And then the examiner will meet you, and they will start the speaking section like this. Welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. We are conducting the exam in Vancouver. The time right now is 14 o'clock. Let's begin. May I see your identification? Students, please give me some nice full sentence answers in the chat for these questions. Let's get going. As you're putting these sentences into the chat, make sure to say them, okay? And repeat me, all right? This is practice time. We're here to learn and do our best, 110%. Okay. All right. In the chat, Amanjad is off to the races. Good for you, Amanjad. Always so focused and studious. Amanjad says, certainly, here's the passport that I used to register for the exam. Please have a look. Perfect. Okay. Nice full sentence answer. Examiner is thinking band 9 so far. Okay, they're not technically marking you, but they're measuring you. Okay, so Dang Hai has another answer for us. Good for you, Dang, in the chat. Dang says, of course, this is an identification that I use for registration. Please have a look. Dang, it's not an identification. This is it's the unique one. It's the one and only. Okay. So, of course, this is the identification that I used for registration. Please have a look. Otherwise, dang, it's good. Okay. It would be, it's not a bad 9 because it's a little bit off, but it's not bad. It's nice and fluent, full sentence. Okay. And then the examiner will ask you for your full name while they're looking for your ID. Again, make sure to introduce yourself formally. Don't just say, I'm John. They'll be like, okay, John. Nice formal introduction. My given name is Jonathan, and my surname is McAllister. Please just call me John for short. It's what I'm used to. Okay, that's a nice formal introduction of a person named John. I'm Adrian, but you know, let's have fun with names. So again, just repeat, students. Nice repetition here. What is your full name? My given name is Jonathan, and my surname is McAllister. Please just call me John for short. It's what I'm used to. Okay. Now, if you answer like this, so Bemharet, thank you for your answer. Bemharet says, my name is Bemharet Teshager. Then the next question the examiner will ask you is, what should I call you? If they need to ask you this question of what should I call you, the examiner might be thinking, did this person really prepare for IELTS? Did they just kind of sit without preparation? Because if they prepare, they probably should know that examiners will always ask you, what should I call you? So really try to preempt this question. Okay, so in your answer, if you can like say, please call me Bemharet, then that basically gives a hint to the examiner that like, oh, okay, this student prepared. They kind of went through some mock exam. Yeah, so Bemharet, good. So Bemharet says, please call me Bemi. Perfect. Yeah, so when you add that piece, then the examiner's going, oh, okay, they prepared, so this should go smoothly. You want the examiner to think this should go smoothly. I think this candidate prepared with some mock exams, okay? So you want the examiner to think, it seems this candidate prepared, this should go smoothly. Okay, so you want them to think that. Okay, that makes them feel confident too about the instructions that they're giving you, the questions that they're asking you. So you really want them to think that. Okay, everybody clear on that? Yeah? Okay. Then the examiner will ask you a couple of questions to try to get to know you better, and then they'll move on to part one. And part one can be basically any common topic: food, sleep, music, hobbies, math, gardening, painting, singing. So part one can be any common topic, and sometimes it's a combination of those topics. Okay, so be prepared for any topic. Don't try to guess what it's going to be about. If they think that the questions have been leaked or somebody gave you a heads up, they'll just change the questions real quick. They've got a different set that they can choose from. Okay, all right, so students, let's talk about colors. Okay, common topic, right? We often ask people, what's your favorite color, etc. Here, the first question, what color is your home? Okay, give me a nice, clear sentence. Now, one good tip, students, to remember for the IELTS is when you're speaking, you want to paint a picture. People will even say this for speech. They'll say, paint me a picture. With your words, right? So what color is your home? Start from the outside, move to the inside, right? On the outside, my home has a light gray color with a dark gray roof and red trim around the door and windows. On the interior, my house has white walls with some blue trim and natural brown wood doors and window frames. Okay, so that would be your band 9. Okay, now I'm of course showing you some vocabulary here. And painting you a picture of my home. Okay, so repeat after me, students. On the outside, my home has a light gray color with a dark gray roof and red trim around the door and windows. On the interior, my house has white walls with some blue trim and natural brown wood doors with wood frames. Okay, trim is that wood or the piece that goes around the frame. Okay. All right, let's take a look at some of your answers. Resilient learner, and I'll give you some feedback. Now, students, coming up soon, you will have a chance to speak with me. Okay, so resilient learner says, my home is half white and half light brown. The white part looks clean and bright, and the brown part gives a warm feeling. I like this mix because it makes the house look calm and cozy. Okay, good. I would, for a band 9, resilient learner, I would continue with on the inside. So I'm not sure if you're talking about the outside or the inside of your home. It would be good to make that clear. I'm guessing it's the inside, just the way that you're saying it, but I don't know. You always want to be 100% clear with your answers for the examiner. Okay. All right. Amanjot, good for you. This is what you need to do, students. Just like Amanjot, try to answer every question in the chat. Try to say it, copy, repeat. Amanjot says, my 4-bedroom detached house is a combination of colors with all the rooms being light gray color. However, all the doors are dark brown. Additionally, I decorate the living room with... Okay, good. There seems to be a little bit more there, which is great. Students, don't forget to include the outside, the exterior of your home. I'd love to see your house kind of from the outside and then move to the inside. That's really, really good. Okay. All right. Let's try one more and then we'll switch to speaking with students. So what is your favorite color? Okay. What is your favorite color? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Okay. My go-to color is blue. I like the way this color makes me feel. It is invigorating. While calming at the same time. And I also find that I look good wearing blue colored clothes. In fact, even today, I am dressed in blue jeans and a blue dress shirt. Okay, which is not true. I'm wearing a purple checkered shirt, but maybe for the exam I am. Okay, so answer, explanation, example. Look at this nice new little expression here, go to. Your go-to is what you choose, what kind of like your favorite. Okay. My go-to color is blue. I like the way this color makes me feel. It is invigorating while calming at the same time. And I also find that I look good wearing blue colored clothes. In fact, even today I'm dressed in blue jeans and a blue dress shirt. Okay. You can make it up. Don't go overboard. Once you give your example, make sure to stop talking. Okay. Kanhaya Kaushal says, I get delighted whenever I see black. Instead of get is okay. Am is more natural. Kanhaya. I am delighted whenever I see black. In fact, whenever I go shopping, I always prefer purchasing black clothes. Like last day, I just bought a black suit for my convocation. Yeah, and you know what? Common knowledge, I think. Black also makes me look slim. Don't we all? Especially if you've got a little belly like me. So I am delighted whenever I see black. In fact, whenever I go shopping, I always prefer purchasing black clothes. Last day, I just bought a black suit for my convocation. Black also makes me look slim, which is an added bonus. Okay. All right. Students, good. You're doing a good job so far in the chat. Very nice, everybody. I'm watching what you're saying. You're doing a good job. Those answers so far are definitely that band 7 all the way up to band 9 range. Okay. You're giving nice answers, explanations, examples. Okay, it's fantastic. Again, students, for all of these tips, for lots more practice, visit the website. We kind of break down the speaking section in various parts when you join with the red button there. And then you go to your My Student account. You've got some great lesson videos. You've got over 125 speaking interview mock lessons that really give you a good idea of a lot of these common everyday topics like colors, clothes, hobbies, and so forth. So check out The website, it's definitely worth you joining and then practicing some more. And again, for premium users, you get 2 Zoom classes each week. And we're going to practice with Zoom right now through YouTube, everyone, for the remainder of the class. And we'll look at some other questions. We'll look at part 2 and part 3, okay? So here's the Zoom link. I'm going to drop this into the chat, and then I'll start Zoom on my side. Thank you, Carolina, for putting the URLs to the websites and the discount code into the chat. You're awesome. Okay, so let's open up Zoom, everyone. I'm going to start the Zoom session on my end. And then we'll give you a chance, as many students as possible, to join the Zoom session. I can't use my video in Zoom, students, because I'm using it in YouTube, but we'll start this up. I'll put on my headset so I can hear you, and then we'll start getting students into this class. Students, you can raise your arms to volunteer, but I'm assuming if you're joining the Zoom session, that also means that you would like to try this, which is great. Okay, so let's do it. Good, we've got lots joining. Okay. Ghazi, why don't you unmute yourself and we'll kind of start off the speaking section here. If you're there.
Hello, Adrian.
Hi, Ghazi. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you? Good morning.
Thank you. Yes, it's nice and early here. Yeah, I'm doing really good. The weather's really nice here. We have some nice warm summer days that have come back. So yeah, it's good.
Okay, I can hear you now. Okay. Everything is fine. Thank you, Adrian.
Okay. Ghazi, thank you first of all for that super chat donation. That's really nice of you. It's I completely get you know, that you're showing appreciation and respect, and I appreciate that back. So thank you for that.
You're welcome, Adrian.
Okay, Ghazi, are you ready for some questions?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, well, let's talk about colors. What color is your home?
I have a mixture of color in my home. External, there's a mix of colors, blue, and there's some green. Internal, most of the walls have blue or light blue color with white, because they don't hurt the eye, especially at night.
What is your favorite color?
I love light blue, namely navy, like sea color. That's because I have allergy in my eye. I cannot tolerate other colors, especially dark colors. So, but I like this color. So I have blue and color in my room, and even in the living room.
Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of feedback here, Ghazi. So you're doing a great job. You're really kind of expressing your thoughts in a complex way, which is good. I think the examiner at this point is definitely thinking somewhere in the band 7 to 7.5. You're being methodical, you're being descriptive, you're giving good amount of detail. There are a few awkward uses of language, there are a few grammatical mistakes. They're not major, it's still very coherent, but you want to work always on fixing those. And in some topics, it's trickier than others. Color is actually an interesting topic. Color is not an easy topic. So it's one of those topics that's really good to practice and review, especially because we do talk about colors in everyday life so often, but it's not an easy topic. It has a lot of unique vocabulary, unique natural language, right?
That's true.
Yeah, so I asked you what color is your home. You said I have a mixture of color in my home. And then later you said externally there's a mix of colors. Yeah, you just say mix. The mixture here was a bit strange. So I have a mix of color in my
Mix
home.
colors.
Externally, there is a mix
Yeah.
of colors, blue and some green. Internal, most of the walls have blue or light blue with some white because, and then
Yeah.
you went on. And that was quite good. And then I asked you, what is your favorite color? And you said, I love light blue, namely navy, like the,
The color
yeah,
of
it's not sea color, like the color of the sea.
color of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting here is navy is not considered light blue. It's more on the dark blue side. And the color of the sea, if you're in the north part, like here in where I live, yes, it's a dark blue. But then down south in the tropical areas of the world, it's a much lighter blue. It's called a turquoise blue. So are you thinking about that turquoise
Okay.
tropical blue? Is that what you're thinking?
Maybe I just thought about the sea color or the color of the sea.
Yeah, I think the
Just blue.
color of the sea, like around Newfoundland, Labrador, it's more of a dark blue. So that's not a light blue. So
Yeah,
that's a little
ocean.
bit
Yeah,
that's a little bit confusing there, right? So, um,
ocean.
do you know what some light blue colors are called? There's a couple of common
Right.
light blues. What's the name of some light blue colors? Students, you can also help Ghazi here in the chat. So, what are some light blue colors called? Um,
Ice blue.
one is called, it starts with, yeah,
Maybe
if you look at sky
sky
blue,
color.
yep, sky blue,
Yeah, sky
absolutely.
blue.
That's a color. Yeah, we call it sky blue.
Yeah.
What's another one? Ariadna has another one there for you in the chat.
Mm.
It's
Sky blue.
baby blue.
Baby blue.
Yeah, this baby blue. Okay,
Baby blue.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or jeansy. In our culture, they name also a jeans, like a pants, as
Yeah.
jeansy when they describe a blue as jeansy.
Jeansy, sure, yeah, that makes sense. So sky blue, baby blue,
Okay.
those are some light blues. There's a few different ones.
Mm.
Um,
It's not navy, yeah, for light.
Not navy, yeah, and you want to always
Okay.
be congruent, right? That's your coherence
Mm.
score. So, anyhow,
Okay.
Ghazi, overall though, very good, very nice descriptions. I like your confidence. What I like, Ghazi, is often these days, and I think it's from all the practice that you're doing and using your language, it feels like you're not translating now. Like a lot of times when you're talking, you're just kind of talking, and you're thinking in English, and that's really good. That's what you want. So.
Yeah, and then despite these days, I don't practice any speaking, to be honest, just with you. But most time I practice writing these days, writing and reading. That's
Yeah,
the most two skills
yeah,
I'm focusing on.
and you practice quite a bit
My
with me. Like you show up
yeah,
every class, so that's great. I mean, it's 4 classes each
uh,
week, right? So it's lots of practice.
yeah. My next exam will be on the 13th of September in
Okay,
2 weeks. Yeah,
exciting,
so
exciting. So practice, practice. Okay, Ghazi, thank you so much. We'll grab one of your classmates here and continue with some more questions. Okay, hang in there and
thank you,
keep
Adrian. I
practicing.
appreciate that.
You're
Yeah,
very
see you
welcome.
later in the class. Bye.
Bye, Ghazi. All
Bye.
right. Students, give Ghazi a big thumbs up in the chat, please. Support each other. Okay, it's super important. So, um, here, this is going to be for you. And then we'll take another student here. There. There we go. That's my thumbs up. Okay, let's take somebody else from the chat here. We've got lots of hands up. Fatime, why don't you unmute yourself? Fatime, are you there? Fatima, if you're there, let me know. It looks like you're unmuted, but I can't hear you. Hi, Fatima. Still can't hear you. Students, make sure when you're in Zoom, you've adjusted your audio settings with the right microphone and everything. Okay, so that is okay. Let's try somebody else. Let's try A8816. I'm not sure who that is, but
Hello, sir. It's Aisha. Sorry, actually,
hi,
it changed
Aisha.
just now.
Yeah, it's a
How
very
are
tricky
you?
username,
No,
A8816.
no. Actually, my Zoom was logged out with my Google account, so I immediately do it to set. That's why
Okay, Aisha. Well,
I'll
it's
send.
good to have you. Yeah, I recognized your little picture, so I figured it
Oh
might be you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. How are you?
I am doing good, thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great too. Thanks for
Okay.
asking.
Do you have any upcoming IELTS exam?
Not yet. I'm just doing practicing,
Okay.
and because currently I am busy in my exams. That's
Okay.
why.
Okay. Well, let's
Yeah.
try a few questions. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, that more confidence.
Actually,
You're like, yeah.
no,
Confidence. You're gonna be like,
actually,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm ready. Actually, today I'm not feeling well. That's why.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Are there any colors that you do not like?
Mm, well, I
Maybe
don't like
black.
dark yellow color because it looks like dull and
Black,
makes me feel tired more. So I prefer
maybe,
fresh colors that give
gray,
energy.
Okay.
nice.
Just a
Just,
second.
it's like to be.
Okay. Good. That was really good. Even though we had a little Ghazi was unmuted there, but
Okay,
yeah, your answer was really good. Just a sec. So you said, well, I don't like dark yellow color because it looks dirty and makes me
feel
feel
tired.
tired. Yeah, if you want a nice vocabulary for that, it's lethargic.
Yeah,
Lethargic means like you feel like you're low on energy and tired. Yeah. And I prefer colors that make me
give
feel.
me more energy like bright
Mm,
colors.
yeah, and see, this is how you know you have a nice high band answer, like a band 8 or 9, because it's easy for the examiner to remember what you said. It's very clear English and it's easy to comprehend. That's a good tip. Okay, here next question. What are the most popular colors in your country?
So well, in Pakistan, green is very popular. It shows peace and is also color of our flag. And red is also common in weddings, so it means love and celebration. They both colors are important in our countries.
Have your preferences in colors changed over the years or stayed the same?
Yes, they changed. When I was younger, I liked pink. Now I like black because it looks smart and strong.
If you repainted your home, what colors would you use?
I will definitely choose white and light pinkish color. These colors look clean and calm, so they make me rooms feel fresh. That's it.
Okay, excellent. So far, Aisha, that was really good. That was really good. That answer, so that conversation so far is like a band 8, band 9. Really good fluency, very nice, clear, concise answers. Good amount of detail. Maybe a little bit more detail, but for part one, that's okay. So for part one, that's okay.
Okay. Mm,
Um, so in the conditional, I always recommend to use the condition. So I said, if you repainted your home, what colors would you use? You said I would definitely use white and black. These colors are clean, make the home look modern and bright. So really good answers. I would use the condition. So what would it take? So for you right now, Aisha, what would it take to repaint your home? Would it take money? Would it take time? Would it take both? What would it take?
of course, money,
Okay.
because I just think, yeah, yeah.
And how much? How much do you think it would cost you roughly to repaint your home?
Basically, it depends on that how much space is required for painting. So
Just
maybe
estimate.
yeah, for estimating maybe 20 to 30,000 if I to paint a short house. If I have a chain type house, so maybe it will like more
Okay.
money will have.
Okay,
Yeah,
so 20 to 30,000, is it rupees in Pakistan?
yeah, in rupee.
Okay. So if I had an extra 20 to 30,000 rupees to hire some painters, I would. So adding that full condition, it really shows the examiner that you've got a very kind of clear, coherent communication, right? Like, what is the condition for you to repaint? So one more time, can you answer just this question? If you repainted your home, what colors would you use?
If I had 20 to 30,000 rupees to hire a good painter, so I will definitely use black or pinkish color to make my room fresh, calm, and feel more confidently.
Okay, great. Awesome. Loved it. That's exactly what you need, is that nice condition, and it's very good communication. So that, well, it's what the band score says, right? Expert communication or expert user of English. So that's exactly what you want. Aisha, that was awesome. Thank you so much for volunteering. Keep up the good work. You're doing really well, and good luck with those
Okay.
school exams.
So how much I go
Oh,
in
so
this
far,
session?
yeah, so far I would say between band 8, band 9 for sure. I think some examiners would score that a 9. Some might say 8.5, but definitely in those really high ranges. Very clear, fluent,
Hmm.
detailed. Okay, so well done. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Actually, in previous class, I was too much in detail, so I thought maybe in this I should be in less
Yeah,
answers. So that's why.
yeah, find
Yeah,
that
that's
balance.
why.
Don't overspeak. Yeah, especially in part 1. Don't overspeak. Don't make unnecessary mistakes. 100%. Yeah, that was good. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right.
Okay. See you
Let's
next class. Bye.
You too. Bye, Aisha. Bye. Let's give somebody else a chance here. Let's try Alexander. We haven't heard from in a long time. Alexander, do you want to chime in? Alexander, are you there?
Hello.
How are
Hello.
you, Alexander?
As good as can be, but today is very nice news for me at least. Just before your lesson, YouTube started working without VPN, so it's kind of miracle.
Oh, really?
Difficult by
Interesting.
chance, especially for a lesson. Maybe you have some connection. I don't know.
I don't
But
know. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Makes you wonder what kind of conversations are happening that we don't get to hear in the world. Okay.
right.
So, Alexander, part 1's done. Examiner says, now let's continue with part 2. For this part, I will show you some questions. You will have 1 minute to read these, think about your answers, and then you will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. You can take notes in the 1 minute preparation time if you wish. Is that clear?
Yes, absolutely.
Then talk about an idea that you have had to make the world a better place. Your 1 minute preparation time begins now. And then you have 1 minute to prepare. The first step, of course, is read the questions. So, Alexander, can you read the questions for us, please, that are on the screen?
What is the idea? Why did you think of this idea? Why is this idea beneficial for the planet? Why is this idea not possible yet, and what is needed to make it really a reality?
Very good. Okay, so clearly here we're talking about an idea, okay? When you talk about an idea, what should you include?
Well, I should include answer, explanation, and example, right?
Sure. You should describe the idea, right? So describe what it is. What else should you include?
Well, some support of my people.
Yeah. You should include the origin. What does it stem from? So what motivated the idea, right? So the origin of the idea, right? If you want to talk about world peace, maybe it was motivated through an experience of conflict, right? So describe the origin of the idea. So you've got the description of the idea, you've got its origin. What else do you need? Ghazi has the next one for you, I think, there in the chat.
Should I look?
You can if you want. It's the requirements, right? Yeah. What does it require? People, money, both, conversations, time, right? So what are the requirements for the idea? And then what? What should you talk about? You have the idea, you know where it comes from, you know what you need for it. Then you talk about the
implementation, realization.
Yeah, implementation, sure, is okay. And the results, right? So you describe it, its origins, its requirements, its implements, its results, and maybe even its improvements, depending. Yeah, so as long as you think about those while you're speaking, you should be on the right track while paying attention to the questions. Now comes the fun part. Have you had any ideas to make the world a better place, Alexander? Have you ever thought, hey, this could really help humans or help animals or help the environment or help everyone? Any ideas like that?
Well, of course, easiest way is to use some world budget, which many countries have to use for defense or for weapon, to use for health, for medicine.
Okay. Whoa, slow down. You're too quick. So you're talking about a global budget? Did I hear you correctly? Global budget. Okay, good. Now, wait a second, because you're onto something. I think it's a really good idea. So global budget for all of those types of activities like healthcare, etc. There's one word. It's called humanitarian aid.
Okay.
Yeah, so global budget for humanitarian aid, everybody. That's when we're using it for healthcare or for better food supplies, fresh drinking water, right? So global budget for humanitarian aid. Okay, give me one more idea, Alexander.
Of course, the biggest issue in medicine nowadays we see as a cancer, because although humanity is well developed, we have many big achievements, but still cancer is not treated in many countries or whatever, in any countries. So if our planet will spend big budget from unnecessary spending to create a new medicine or new pharmacies for against cancer, it will be much more, let's say, better world in my view. Yeah.
Okay, sure. So global budget for humanitarian aid or cure for cancer with new medications. Sure. Okay. I think both of those are amazing. Certainly humans are working on those. And students, for part 2, you don't have to come up with some new genius idea that nobody has thought about. Just go with some of those big ideas that already exist. Absolutely. 100%. Okay, so Alexander, I'll start you off. Why don't you try answering this question and then target these clear points, kind of go through the description, the origin, the requirements, go through it in this order if you can. Okay, so look at the screen. Which one do you want to choose? Global budget for humanitarian aid or cure for cancer with new medications?
Cure for cancer, of course.
Okay, let's do it. So talk about an idea that you have had to make this world a better place. Your 1-minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
Well, I can't help not to thinking about medicine against cancer, because unfortunately this problem is very serious for any country, for any person, regardless of their income, their possibility to heal themselves. So I think that at the same time, as we can see, biggest countries have to spend big budget for defense, for military, for weapons. But in reality, many kinds of cancers are not yet healed, are not medicine not yet prepared and not developed to cure them. So it will be much better place, our Earth, if let's say World Health Organization have enough budget to spend for care of cancer worldwide, and especially in countries where it's more important and less developed. But I think this idea is not yet possible because still, as I mentioned before, all countries, especially big developed countries, have to spend money for different purposes. But as soon as the situation will be improved, will be changed, so, and humanity, our population, our governments will find better purposes for spending budgets. For example, for such vital problem as a cancer, the better place our Earth will be.
Okay. All right. Good. Alexander, I was listening to you while you were talking and I was typing down your ideas, your sentences. I made a few corrections to make them a little bit more concise and adjusted the language a little bit. Can you read through the paragraph that I wrote while you were speaking?
Yes.
Okay. Go for it. Well, I can't help not thinking.
Well, I can't help not thinking about medicine against cancer because unfortunately this problem is very serious problem regardless of country, person or wealth. I think at the same time when biggest countries have to spend a lot of money for defense like weapons, yet many forms of cancer still cannot be cured or helped. So the Earth would be a better place if the WHO World Health Organization will have bigger budget to spend on curing cancer. I think this idea is not yet possible because, as I mentioned before, countries spend money for different purposes. However, when this idea is implemented, people's quality of life will improve and mortality rates will decrease.
Okay, good. So very similar to what you said, just a little bit more concise, right? Now, this is, so the way that you said it is probably around a band 6.5-ish. This paragraph that I wrote here is about a band 7.5-ish. So far. If we want to go all the way up to a band 9, we would probably need to include a few more pieces like this requirements piece. So here I would add something around this part. This idea would require policymakers to come together and sign various global agreements to reallocate more funds for cancer research, whereby establishing laboratories and training millions more scientists dedicated to this specific field of oncology. Something like that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So can you read that for everybody, just that sentence that I added?
This idea would require policymakers to come together and sign various global agreements to relocate more funds for cancer research, whereby establishing laboratories and training millions of more scientists dedicated to this specific field of oncology.
Yeah. So that's where you pick up those very high level kind of fluency, detail, vocabulary marks. Okay, does that make sense?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. Great job, Alexander. Great job. I agree with you 100%. There are so many better ways to spend money, but we have a long ways to go still as humans. But hey, you know what, Alexander, getting YouTube back in your region is definitely a step in the right direction. So sharing knowledge, sharing information is a good step forward. Okay. All right. Thanks, Alexander.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye. Okay, that was Alexander, everybody. Let's give Alexander a big thumbs up. Let's take another student. Omit, are you there? Can you unmute yourself? If you're there, Omit?
Yes,
Hi, Omit. How are you?
yes, I'm doing good. How are you?
I am also doing well. Thank you. What country are you in?
I'm from Bangladesh.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Beautiful country. All right. Omit, are you ready for this question?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Talk about an idea that you have had to make the world a better place. Your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
I think the best idea would be to make food more affordable, because there are places where it is extremely difficult to feed a family of medium size or large size, especially in the poor country, like in East Asian country, especially even in my country, Bangladesh. Many people actually spend most of their income just to buy food and feed their children and themselves. So I think it will be better if the government of different country came together and make a decision where they can put a restriction on food prices. It might hurt some food sellers, but I think in the long run it will help everyone, because the person who is selling the food can also buy food at cheaper price as well. So this kind of rules and regulation will be beneficial for everyone. So I do think the government can play a big role, especially if they can support by putting on fund, or if they take a certain portion of money from the income tax, then they might be able to afford this kind of plan. And if they can do this step as well, then it will be very easy for people to make a approach as well. And people who usually sell foods, they might not have to sell at cheaper price, because the government will pay them certain amount for as a damage control from the tax income, as I mentioned earlier. So I do think this kind of approach will definitely be beneficial for people around the globe.
Okay, your 2 minutes is up. I will stop you there. And we'll go on to part 3. That was really good. Okay, that was really good. Omit, that would be like a band 7.5 to 8. That's somewhere between the good and the very good range. Okay. I think a little bit more detail. You had a little bit of circular reasoning, or, well, not circular, a little bit of repetitive. So you mentioned that this would be beneficial for people about 3-4 times. And I agree. And I think it's good to mention that a couple times. But what you want to do for that really high band score is give even more detail. And this is where, quick, clever thinking during that 1 minute preparation time pays off. So, Omit, first of all, why is this idea not possible? So why do you think it's not possible? Why is food so expensive? Why is this not happening right now?
I think it's because the people who usually sell food, they know very well that people will eat no matter what. So they use this opportunity to increase the price.
Okay, just give me a second. So I think this is not yet possible because food retailers take advantage of the fact that people must eat and will spend all of their earnings when they feel hungry. Can you repeat this sentence after me? I think this is not yet possible because food retailers take advantage of the fact that people must eat and will spend all their earnings when they feel hungry.
Can you please repeat it? I
Yeah.
couldn't
One
hear.
more time.
I'm
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
some network problem.
Yeah. I think this is not yet possible because food retailers take advantage of the fact that people must eat and will spend all of their earnings when they feel hungry.
I think it is not possible because food retailers knows the fact that people will eat no matter what and spend all their money.
When they feel hungry. Yeah. Yeah, very good.
When they feel hungry.
So that's kind of working towards that band 9. The other piece I might add is, however, when people have easy access to food and nutrition, they can contribute much more to their country's economy. Right? If people have food in their stomach, then they have energy. And if they have energy, they can produce. And if they can produce, everybody's happy. So, however, when people have easy access to food and nutrition, they can contribute much more to their country's economy, and everybody enjoys better life. Can you try that sentence, everyone? And everyone, this is not just for Omid, this is for everybody. So one more sentence here, Omid. However, when people have easy access to food and nutrition, they can contribute much more to their country's economy and development, and everybody enjoys a better life.
However, when people have easy access to food and nutrients, they can contribute more to the economy of the country and be more productive.
Okay, very good. Omid, you were breaking up, but it still sounded good. I loved it. Okay, that was really good. Omid, thank you so much for chiming in. That was great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Everybody give Omid a thumbs up. That was really good. Students, I'm going to stop our Zoom there because we're running out of time here, but you've all been doing a fantastic job, and if you want to have more Zoom sessions like tomorrow, you'll have to send me an email and sign up for the premium course. Okay, premium users get the access to these classes here tomorrow and on Friday, and that's every week unless I'm on vacation or away, which is the less common case. But you can sign up at aehelp.com and gieltshelp.com. Those are our websites. Premium users get access to all of our videos, practice exams, interactive courses, mobile apps, and 2 more Zoom classes each week, full 1-hour classes with small groups. It's really effective, and again, it's just a one-time payment. You only pay $30 to $50 once, and you're basically enrolled in these classes. So really good value for your money. Okay. Oh, Omid, don't worry about it. I heard enough. It was all good. Okay, students, enjoy the rest of today. I will see our premium users tomorrow. If you're becoming a premium user this week, please send me an email because I already sent the links for those classes. But I'm happy to help out. Yeah, have an amazing time. Much love to all of you wherever you are. Thank you, Carolina, for keeping that chat clean. Bye, everybody. See you next week or see you tomorrow.